Hey, welcome to Classic Performance, and today we're here at the Carolina Beach Fire Department in beautiful Carolina Beach, North Carolina, and we've got a real special vehicle for you. We've got a 6x6 5-ton M925, if I remember correctly, the model number, and I think it's the 925A, and I'm not sure what makes the 925A different from the regular 925, but we're going to give you a walk around of this vehicle, kind of look at it, and it's a retired vehicle from over in Iraq. It's a 1996 model, and we're going to do a cold start. We're going to pull it out, take a look at what makes it work, what makes it tick, and how it's been modified for the Carolina Beach Fire Department and their needs, and one of which includes putting out fires on the beach from vehicles who folks overstress on the sand, overheat and catch fire, so it does a lot of different duties and has to go through sand and different terrains. So anyway, let's hop in this thing, give it a cold start, and let her rip. And what we're looking at here is the 1989 M925A2. All right, so we're up here in the cab, and as you can see, automatic transmission, just like a Mercedes or anything else, but that's about as far as the luxury goes in this thing here with the automatic transmission. Very primitive, very easy to operate. You got your turn signals, flashers over here. You got an air locker up front to lock your front axle, and then over here, we've got a lever, a pull-up lever that puts it into a 6x6. It locks the rear axles together. Here's your brake release, and then a throttle here for a high idle, and to start it, I'm just going to put my foot on the brake. I got a fuel cut on, and an ignition cut on, and then you just lift this lever up, and that big diesel comes to life. So we'll let it kind of warm up here for a second. We'll pull it outside, give you a better look at it. So up here in the cabin, you can see now better with the light. This is our front wheel drive air locker. These are the controls for our different lights and so forth. And of course our throttle for a high speed, high idle, emergency engine stop. And then these of course are our switches that we use to crank it up. So that's a better look around the interior of the vehicle. So as we kind of let it warm up a little bit, we'll take a quick walk around. You can just see how beautiful this thing is. And these guys have repainted this truck. It's the Sand Squatch, so appropriately named. And you just look at the winch on this thing, how heavy it is. The tires, of course the axles, and we'll take a look under the hood in just a minute, and just take a look at the outside of it and the equipment that they have on here for fire and rescue support. And these trucks come from the North Carolina Forestry Service. After they're retired, they go there, and these trucks are basically repurposed into service here at the fire department. So they give them to the fire department, and the fire department, they painted them, they put the equipment on the back, but it still is a retired military forestry owned vehicle. So when they're through with it, whenever that might be, this vehicle goes back to the Forestry Service, and they determine its next serviceability or where it's going to go, or maybe it might be parts, might be repurposed to that sort of thing. So here's taking a look at the business end of things. And this is a mechanically injected Cummins motor, 8.3 liters, I believe. So you can just take a quick look around at the size of the radiator. It's pretty easy access if you can get up there. I'm kind of standing head high right here, but that's a look at the 6-cylinder Cummins. And of course, this big tube right here is your air intake, and if you follow the air intake around, that intake goes down here. This is your air filter, air breather. It connects right up at the top. It comes up here, up this pipe, and goes all the way up to the top. So you got to ask yourself, well, why is that air breather all the way at the top? Because you can take this vehicle into the water. You can ford water with it as high as that breather. And there's a transmission vent plug that if you're going to go in water above the top of the transmission, you got a transmission vent plug you put in to seal that vent. And this truck will go through water higher than the cab. So very unique vehicle with great capabilities. All right, so we're going to close the hood on the big Cummins here and just take it down the road and go for a quick ride, give you an experience from inside the cab of this massive vehicle. So let's close the hood and we'll head on down the road. Alright, so I think that's going to do us here for taking a look at the 5-ton 6x6 here at Carolina Beach Fire Department. So if you like classic cars, boats, trucks, airplanes, motorcycles, and classic vintage fire and rescue military equipment, subscribe to Classic Performance. Take care, have a great day, we'll see you next time.